Alright, the directions for 73 say to verify. Just taking a look at this, I think we're going to have to manipulate both sides, but what we'll do, or what we should do, is probably start with the right. In this particular problem, we write everything in terms of sine and cosine. Here we have our numerator, cosine minus cosine over sine. So what we would need is sine, multiply this by sine theta over sine theta. That's over 1. So what we end up with is sine squared theta, which is good. Don't need to multiply this for anything. Minus 1 over sine theta. Now what we're going to want to do is plot a negative 1 to make it 1 minus sine squared, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay. Now that is all over. So you're going to multiply this by sine theta over sine theta as well. But here we have sine theta cosine theta minus cosine theta over sine theta. Alright, so as we move down, what we're going to end up doing is multiplying this by the reciprocal. Probably going to end up pulling out a cosine here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and see where that takes us. Pull out a cosine theta. We're left with sine theta minus 1. So this cancels, and this cancels. Okay, this came up here. So now what we're dealing with is this. Now I'm going to pull out this negative 1, and the reason I'm going to pull out that negative 1 is because now we have 1 minus sine squared theta over cosine theta sine theta minus 1. Alright, so as I look at this, this becomes negative cosine squared theta over cosine theta sine theta minus 1. So let's see, this becomes negative cosine theta over sine theta minus 1. Let's see where we're headed. We're headed to cosine theta over 1 minus sine theta, which is perfect. Now, this negative, okay, have to take a look right here. This is just multiplying by a negative 1. You can multiply the numerator or the denominator by that negative. So if we put that negative down here, what this becomes is positive cosine theta over a negative sine theta plus 1, or cosine theta over 1 minus sine theta. So we didn't have to manipulate both sides. We just manipulated the right, and we made it look like the left. Now, hopefully you can find a way that's a little bit shorter than that, a little more creative, but using terms of sine and cosine, we were able to get there. So that's, I guess, how you do 73. If you have trouble, just pause and take a look at each step. And if you still have questions, we'll try to go over it tomorrow.